Hola muchachos, LifeAHolic Mom here, and today we're going to go talk to our friend Sondra. She is an expat here from Houston, Texas, but she has been here for over 16 years. So she has been here longer than most of the people I've previously spoke to. So she has a completely different perspective on how things were and how things are now being an expat in Costa Rica. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. Hey, Sondra. Hello. Wow, guys, look at this beautiful garden. Koi pond. Alright. Hola muchachos, LifeAHolic Mom here, and today we are going to have a quick conversation with our dear friend Sondra.
Hi.
She is an expat from the U.S., and so she's going to give us a quick rundown about her life here in Costa Rica, the pros and cons. You know how we do it. So sit back and enjoy. All right, Miss Sondra, thank you for taking the time to chat today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love the lipstick.
Thank you.
Very pretty. Okay, so tell us, you have been here for quite some time, longer than anyone that I know that has melanin in their skin.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what happened, is this 15 years ago?
16.
16 years ago to make you pack up and just leave.
Well, I was living in Houston, Texas. I'm originally from Abilene, Texas, West Texas. And I thought living in the big city would be like a nice move. But after 3 years there, I realized it wasn't for me.
Not so much.
No. So I would say around this year 2, or maybe after the first year, I started just kind of looking for other, just the interest. So I decided I wanted to learn Spanish. So I came up with the bright idea to travel abroad. So I didn't know how long it would take me to learn Spanish, so I kept adding to the time that I would be away. So the original idea...
Where did you go first? Was it here or somewhere else?
To Costa Rica.
Okay.
So the original idea was to come to Costa Rica and stay 1 year.
Okay.
But after the first year, I got really anxious about going back. And I had kind of pressure on me to choose because I had all my things in storage. I had my car. I was still paying insurance, car payment, all that stuff. You still had a life over there. And it was draining my savings.
Okay.
So I had to really decide.
Let it go or go back.
Exactly. So with the help of a friend, her words were, either, she says, you have to be careful because the things that you own will start to own you. So that's what was happening. I was literally anticipating and not being able to move or do anything because I was
down with stuff.
And I was worried about my stuff that I wasn't using and that I hadn't used for a year. So
that means you really didn't need it.
Exactly. So I went back to the States, back to Houston.
Pretty scary.
So I had to just kind of give it away. It was very liberating. Yeah. And I came back with a little bit of money in my pocket, but I felt so much freer. It was amazing. So I did it, and after that I just kind of left it as I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how long I'll be here. I'm gonna take it day by day, and that's what I did. 16 years later, I'm still here.
Day by day for 16 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
All right, that's an awesome story.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love to hear stuff like that. People just have enough courage to let go of all the stuff that doesn't matter, tangible things, they don't matter. let it go and go to a new country, learn a new language, and just experience life. And I'm sure for most of us, we're much better off here, especially during this time, because we had the courage 16 years ago and 4.5 years ago for myself to take that leap. So very cool. All right, next question.
Okay.
What is your number one favorite thing about living here in Costa Rica?
Oh, wow.
Just one.
Just one is hard because there's a lot, but I would say the number one thing I think is the freedom. I have freedom to live my life not just robotically through my job or through things that I have to do. So yeah, waking up in the morning, not
on
really
on
my own time, not really knowing what's going to happen that day.
Which is also great.
Yeah, so I think kind of deprogramming I call it being institutionalized.
Absolutely.
By time, because we normally in the society I came from, everything's on a time clock. So we eat at a certain time. We have to go to work. We have to pick up our kids. We have to, and then we have only days that we can do
Saturday
things.
And Sunday, you're free to live your life.
Yeah.
Why can't we live our life every day?
Yeah.
Why do we have to wait for the weekend? Why do we have to live for the weekend? Why can't we live every day? Be a weekend, and then we choose to do the things that we need to do at the times that we want
decide,
to do them.
Yeah.
So that's
and
nice.
If we want to do it.
Too, absolutely. So tell me, what is your least favorite thing about living here in Costa Rica?
Wow.
Specifically the South Caribbean.
I would say not having access to things that I grew accustomed to living
Por ejemplo.
in the U.S. Books.
Yes.
I love books. I'm not a big ebook fan.
Yeah.
I like pages, and I like to write in my books and things like that. So that's one thing.
Especially if you've had those things for for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you don't.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
kind of takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
But I think the trade-off for me and for a lot of people that I talk to, including Sondra, I'm sure, the trade-off is you can't even compare it. You can't even compare giving up the things that you thought you needed to just having, like, her patio, her garden is absolutely beautiful. This would be a place where you would come just to meditate. But, like, she's, like, living her life, She's living her dream. And this may not even been her dream, but she's still living life on her own terms. She's basically retired. She's living a life of a retired person, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I think.
Thank you.
And so, what did you do for a living in the U.S. and what do you do now to kind of sustain yourself?
For many years, I think 15 years, I was a hairdresser, and I did nails and beauty.
Is that called a beautician, like the overall, or do hair? Like if you're, I don't know, because I
never call myself a beautician. I always call myself a hairstylist, but I did a little bit of everything. I did makeup, I did nails, I did pedicures and all that.
Right.
Just right before I moved here, I went to massage school to learn to be a licensed massage therapist.
Okay.
And that's what I've been doing the last 16 years to sustain my lifestyle here.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So there's one last question to this. If you could tell the people one thing to help encourage them, or like if they're on the fence and they're like, I don't want to give up my stuff, I don't want to give up my life, to give them a nudge to help encourage them to, if anything, make a decision on something, like explore, take a trip, just what would you say to someone who's so unsure about leaving their things in their home country?
I would say do it in small bites.
Okay.
Not everybody wants to or can manage just jumping off the deep end and taking the plunge.
Yep.
But I would say take a trip, maybe a month if you can, and feel what it's like to be outside of your your comfort zone, more
Because a lot
or
of
less.
people haven't even left
Yeah.
their state that they
Yeah.
live in.
And be open-minded, because
Yeah.
it's one thing to go and visit a place and your intent is to just enjoy that moment, but then it's another thing to visit a place with the idea that you might make that your home.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot of different factors. So I would say just take a trip and explore and get to know the local people, get to know the culture, and decide if it's a fit,
Right.
if it works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was just going to just piggyback on that a little. This place is not for everyone. So that's another reason why you want to take a visit, because the things that you may love or you know, have in your mind what Costa Rica is, in this particular part of Costa Rica, the South Caribbean, may not be for you. So that's why you should definitely do your research, talk to as many people as you can, definitely take a trip and make sure that a place like this is for you. It has a lot of benefits, but it also depends on who you are.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
all right, my dear, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time. Well,
Thank
guys,
you.
there you have it from the mouth of Sondra. Ciao.
Bye.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share.